BYD sales are going crazy. This video, it's not about BYD. It is about them, but it's also about Tesla. Now, BYD actually have an order for 100,000 electric cars in Germany. That's crazy. And that is enough to swamp the German car market with EVs. Now, if you consider the fact that at the same time, Tesla's doing exactly the same thing. They've now delivered 52,000 electric cars in Germany this year alone. They'll likely hit around 62,000 deliveries in Germany this year. What does that mean? Right now, Tesla is dominating the market in Germany. It's miles ahead of anyone else in Germany. It's crazy to say that. But soon, we're going to have other car companies. Aura plan on flooding the market in Germany with EVs. BYD, same thing. NIO is going to sell their EVs there. XPeng, Leapmotor, GAC. I mean, whoa. Where do you stop? This has got to be getting pretty scary for those German automotive companies who are finally starting to take EVs seriously. But frankly, don't you think it took them a little bit too long to come to the party? Maybe it did. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Thank you for tuning in and for subscribing to the channel. Could not do it without you. This is the electric revolution we're talking about here. This is serious business. This is serious stuff, my friends. This is literally, maybe not quite saving the world, but if you combine this, EVs, with everything else we talk about here on the channel, wind generation, solar power, battery storage, new battery technologies, all of these things that are kind of combined, what are they going to do? They're going to lower global warming. And I firmly believe as a result of all these technologies, we will avert a crisis. I'll have more on that, why I believe that, the evidence behind that very soon on the channel. Now, big thank you to our Patreon supporters and also to our YouTube members. If you want to be a member of the channel, get access to some videos in advance. I'll put a link in the description below to our membership page. If you want to be a Patreon, you can support the channel. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. Any little bit helps. So every single one of our Patreon members now, guys, big shout out. Thank you very much. Tesla is, to be honest, there's no other way to put it. They're dominating the market in Germany. And there's been a lot of people, a lot of the media. I have to some degree, I exist to fight back against the media. The media are literally fighting Tesla right now. They're doing everything they can to try to make them look bad. They are. I would say about 70 to 80% of what the media reports on Tesla is just simply false information. Everyone forgets about it. Everyone just reads it and goes, oh, really? Oh, whoa, that's amazing. Oh, Tesla's going to be dead next week. And they forget that it even happened. It's just constant nonsense. So here's the data. Here are the numbers. Here are the facts. Here's what's really going on. It's not even some EV websites that are trying to tell you that everything's going to hell in a handcart for Tesla, but it's not really true. Now, for example, Tesla led the market by a long way in Norway. That's the world's most electrified country. That was in November. They dominated the market. They dominated the market in the UK. In fact, they had the second best-selling car in the UK. I'm talking not just EVs, I'm talking the entire car market. What about in France? Same thing. Tesla dominated in France, first and second place in France. What about in Germany? First and third. When I say third, I mean it was pretty much equal second. Tesla Model Y was about on par with sales of the Fiat 500e. However, the surprising winner in the German car market, which I don't think anybody in their right mind would have ever predicted this would have happened, and it was by a million miles, was the Tesla Model 3. Seriously. Obviously, Tesla China has sent a boatload of Model 3s to Germany, and Germans have said, yeah, we want them all. Give them to us. We'll take them, baby. Give them some more. This is not what the media is telling you, are they? They're not telling you this story. Now, here are the numbers, and they're quite surprising. Tesla Model 3, November, 6,811 deliveries. Now, what's so surprising about this is, look at the ID3. That's Germany's bread and butter car. 3,619 deliveries. So nearly double Tesla Model 3 sales in Germany, the heartland of German automotive prowess, right? Second place, Fiat 500e, 3,904. Less than 40 deliveries behind that was the Model Y with 3,867. Then you have the Volkswagen ID3 with 3,619. But Volkswagen, they just raised the prices by huge amounts for the ID3 now. You can get a Model Y in Germany now for less money than two of the ID3 variants. Two of them. The ID3 is like a little car. It's like the size of a Toyota Corolla. The Model Y is massive. Like the boot of that thing is enormous. It's literally bigger inside of the car than a BMW X5. We're talking completely different market segments. This shows you that's what you have to do if you're a legacy automaker. They cannot make lots of EVs and profit. So they're like, well, why are we doing this? Why are we subsidizing the cars? Let's just increase the prices so we don't make any more losses. That's what I think Volkswagen's doing. Don't know. But it did shock me when I saw the prices of the ID3, that now they've increased them by so much. And it really does confirm what Volkswagen have been saying all along, which is they don't have automation. They have about a bit less than 20% of the production lines for the EVs that Volkswagen Group produce are automated, in comparison to, say, Tesla's automation lines, which are over 70%, which is the reason why it takes Tesla 10 hours to build the EV. It takes Volkswagen 32 hours, I think Herbert D said when he was there. Maybe that's one of the reasons they fired him. He's making the company look bad by disclosing how they actually make things there. And it wasn't what the media says. The media, what do they say? They say, oh, legacy auto, they're the kings of manufacturing. They've been doing it for 50 years. Listen to Sandy Munro. He's not going to tell you that. He's going to say, well, the king can fall from his throne. The king gets comfortable. What does he do? He gets too comfortable and he loses the throne. That's what's happening here. ID4, 2,871 sales. That's a combination of ID4 and ID5. Seat Born next with 2,000. Dacia Spring, 2,000. Opel Mokka, 2,000. Renault Megane, 1,728. Polestar 2. There's something very interesting going on here. I'm going to point this out in a minute. Polestar 2, 1,670. Hyundai Kona, 1,647. Audi Q4 e-tron, 1,500. Volkswagen up 1,500, Audi e-tron 1,486, Hyundai Ioniq 5 1,475, Smart for 2 1,434, Mercedes EQA. Look at that. That's the first Mercedes in this long list, right? So Mercedes best-selling EV in Germany is 17th. It's in 17th place. I thought Mercedes were ramping up EV sales. That's what they're telling us. That's what they're telling us. And they came 17th in their own country. That doesn't sound like much of a ramp up to me. Sorry, Mercedes. I've got to call it like I see it. You guys start doing some proper actual production of EVs. I'm not going to criticize you. But that's a joke. 17th place. That's literally just laughable. Come on. You know, people say Mercedes are coming. Now, I've seen all the comments. Come on. Look at the numbers. No, they're not. They're doing jack. Okay, who's next? Peugeot E208. Guess what? We still haven't seen any BMWs here. Not a single BMW in this entire list. Skoda Enyaq, 19th place. 20th place, the Mini Cooper, 1,000 deliveries. 1,000. So yes, all right, there's BMW for you. BMW owned Mini. So BMW came in 20th place. There's not a single actual BMW model in this entire freaking list for the top 20 best-selling EVs in Germany. That, my friends, is a joke. BMW, they're jokers. We've seen these sales lists. You know what? You're seeing sales lists from, I'm not going to say which website, but they come out with all this data, which thank you for the data, but it is confusing people because in the same place, they put sales numbers for automotive groups, they call it. Automotive groups, right? They say, here are the EV sales for automotive groups, but they include all the hybrids in those lists. It's just so misleading because then people think that these groups are selling all these EVs when they're not. When the data, look, you see these groups numbers, you're like, BMW, they're second place. Look at that, they're just behind Tesla. And then you think, but why don't they have a single electric car in the entire top 20 best-selling EVs in the entire country? How can they be in second place? Guess what? It's because they're a bunch of plug-in hybrids. I'm sorry, my friends. That is a freaking plug-in hybrid. That's a plug-in hybrid. Look at it. Half the screen. Got some buttons here, right? It's halfway between one of those old school ding, 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 ding phones and a smartphone. You know what? People don't want those. Plug-in hybrids are dying in Europe. And guess what? Subsidies are about to end in Europe. Therefore, plug-in hybrids are just going to die a pretty quick death. No more subsidies, no more plug-in hybrids. Because why? EVs are better. Why else? More EVs are coming to Germany from foreign automakers. Those foreign automakers make them in China. Most EVs are made in China. That's the truth. More than 70% of the world's EV production is in China. The Chinese are coming to take the Germans' automotive market. That's damn scary because Germany is very like Japan. They need their automotive industry. Germans, you fired Herbert Diess. Yeah, that's when things started to look really bad. It did. He wanted you guys to make more EVs, and rather than actually buckling up, getting to work, taking it seriously, what did you do? Let's fire the guy. Let's fire him because he wants us to change. Change is too hard. It hurts our feelings. Yeah, that's why I'm critical of Volkswagen's group. What does this all mean? November, overall electric vehicle volume was 20% in Germany. That's purely electric cars. That's pretty much the record for Germany. What are we going to see next year? Well, probably 35% by the end of the year. What are we going to see by 2026? About 80%. Who do you think is going to own the lion's share of that market? It's going to be companies like Tesla, BYD. Could be other Chinese car companies. Very well likely will be. Especially when you see all these recent news reports within the last week of Volkswagen saying it's slowing down its electric vehicle plans. It no longer plans on producing its next generation advanced electric vehicle platform. It's just going to make the MEB Plus, which is sort of a modified version of the current MEB. Well, look at how heavy Volkswagen's EVs are. They're astronomically heavy, right? They need that new platform to reduce the weight of their vehicles. That's a big part of it. And to decrease complexity and to make them more affordable, to make them better. Instead, they put it on hold. Why? Because they're dealing with software problems. Mountains of software problems. Now, here's an interesting chart from Clean Technica. Over the last 3 months in Germany, EV sales, Tesla Model Y, 15,335. Tesla Model 3, 12,252 in second place. Third place, a non-German EV, Fiat 500e, basically Italian company. Fourth place, here's your first German entrant, Volkswagen ID3, 7,465. Volkswagen ID4 is next with 7,427. Then the Opel Mokka, Seat Born, Hyundai Kona, Dacia Spring, Hyundai Ioniq 5, Audi e-tron, Audi Q4 e-tron, Renault Megane, Polestar 2, Volkswagen Up, Skoda, Enyaq, Mini Cooper. Hang on, there's our first BMW Mini Cooper. 3,000 sales. They're selling 1,000 per month in Germany. 1,000. This is the biggest car market in Europe. The best BMW can do is 1,000 vehicle sales per month of the Mini Cooper Electric, 17th place in Germany over the last 3 months. Next, Mercedes EQA. That's Mercedes' best position is 18th place with the EQA, 2,553 sales. Mercedes are selling less than 1,000 a month of their best-selling EV in Germany. My friends, do you really think BMW and Mercedes are taking electrification seriously? Those numbers prove categorically they are not. Stop criticizing Tesla. Get off their nuts. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. Let's start supporting the only company, well, really, there's only 2 companies in the world that are really, really pushing EVs, getting us into EVs, getting the world, getting all these legacy, stodgy, slow, boring ass manufacturers of vehicles to actually change. Tesla and BYD are doing that. Let's just stop criticizing them. Let's actually support them for what they are doing to the entire auto industry, disrupting them and forcing them to do something better for the world. That's what it's all about, my friends. Getting us all into EVs. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.